Today we are going to be following HIKO on his main character Breach. They played in the recent 100 Thieves tournament for Valorant on the map Bind here, and I want to show you guys how you should be playing offense on this map. Some absolutely dominant rounds coming out from HIKO and Aboish here. So yeah, if you want to learn how to play Breach or play offense properly on this map, or you just need some general Valorant tips, this is the video for you. So yeah, like and subscribe because the YouTube algorithm is my boss, and if you do not like the video, I will most likely starve to death, and then you're gonna run out of content. So yeah, help me out, and now let's jump into it. Alright, so going into the first round, he's gonna be peeking B by hookah, and I think what he does here is very cool. It's what he calls jiggling, and basically he's gonna go back and forth holding a headshot angle on the close peek of hookah, and this is very important because it's gonna prevent him from overcommitting and getting shot in case the enemy team pushes through. And funny enough, 3 people actually peek out of there, and this is crucial information, because what they do with this now is they say, okay, 3 just push through hookah, there's no way they can get to A quickly, right? If you look at this map, there's absolutely no way you can go from hookah to A very quickly, so their team quickly, right, HIKO and the boys, they quickly shift through to the A bomb, managing to get a plant very early and basically trapping off the enemy team in the CT spawn. Now at this point, he's just going to be playing it through, flashes across for them. You know, this is basically what you do as Breach. You're always going to be looking to flash angles that you don't have to necessarily peek yourself. A raised grenade comes over the top, he's able to dodge it, and we're going to see an incredible flash here, reading the movement of his opponent, right? So some guy swings to the right of this ice wall, he flashes through. Just a great idea to flash through. And the way you can tell that someone is flashed is that there will be white in their eyes. The opponent cased on the raise, clearly got flashed there, and they picked up a free kill. So really good push. What I liked about that round was the jiggle to start, making sure he didn't overcommit, didn't die, and then due to the fact that they gathered so much information, they're able to shift to A and secure the round. Getting into the next round, he's going to be peeking hookah this time, and I really like the way he does it. Just clean, concise, making sure it's very safe. So what he's doing is he's actually going for a flank all the way around to A here, and very interesting things happen this round, kind of scary for him. So he flashes to the left, checks it, right, doesn't overpeek the wall, then comes around to the right, makes sure no one's behind this box, and then immediately pushes through. So he thinks that there's no one in B, and he's gonna manage to go for the flank, and this is where I want to talk about a very important point. So he ends up getting held here. 2 people shifted to B, understanding that bomb is at B and A, and he gets put in a weird spot. Now, I want to talk about a mental thing that happens to a lot of players. It happens to me, and I'm sure it happens to a lot of you guys. But when we get a kill in Valorant, what happens is we immediately put our gun down, or we lose focus. Do not do this. And in fact, there's going to be at least 2 examples within this video of what I'm talking about here. But whenever he gets a kill, he does not lose focus, and he's waiting for the second person to peek as well. So as you're going to see here, goes around the side, gets a headshot, doesn't let down his guard, and takes out Jamok as well. And that's really the key there. If he lets down his guard or assumes that the other guy is going to slow play it, he's going to die. In fact, on the contrary, and I want to pause here, on the contrary, when people's teammates push through and they get shot at and they take 50-50s especially, most players feel an obligation to peek out and help them. So you should almost assume if you get a kill that the second person is basically bound to come. And yeah, that's going to be the end of the round. They decided to try to push through hookah and surround some guy in the, you know, the old spawn what they were in. X picks up the kill, and that's all. Alright, so in this round they're going to be full pushing B, and I want to make sure you guys understand how he actually 3v5 clutches here in a very impressive round, and his gunplay is incredible. So first things first, someone actually does end up peeking hookah, and they get a double kill onto both of the people holding spawn there. So the round is looking very grim, right? No sage, no res. What do? Well, he actually hears the person run out of hookah, right? So he's listening for the footsteps, realizes that they're running away, and actually calls out on the mic right now that he thinks he's going to get a pick, right? Because on the way out, he's going to be able to flank around here, and actually he was completely right, which is an awesome call out. Listening for them running away from hookah, gets a really nice tap headshot there. What accuracy, and just such a great way to salvage a round. Following that, he's going to be flashing the backside, and that's the best way to get through hookah. So whenever you're going through the window, make sure you flash if you're playing Breach that back area before, and then he's also going to E the side here, making sure no one can push through behind him. Following this, we have a very cool decision actually made between HIKO and his teammate here, and basically what happens is that this player on the right here, the Cypher, and they know where he is. So the Cypher was afraid that he was going to get double peeked in a couple of seconds, so he makes the call for HIKO on Breach to help him out, and they double peek. Now it doesn't end up working out too well, and you're going to see that in a second, but I'm going to slow it down so we can digest everything. So yeah, right here, they're going to be peeking here. They peek CT. He calls out the guys there. Unfortunately, his teammate loses the gunfight, and I really love the play here. So we're going to see some impeccable movement. Right away, comes around the back here, checking his back, doesn't tunnel vision on the people in front of him, and then scouts this guy to the left here, right? So he's kind of swaying, the jiggle, as he likes to call it. And then he makes one peek, goes back into the box, baits his opponent to think he's full committing, and then double headshots these guys on the way out. So keep that in mind, and I'm going to replay that one more time because that was crucial, right? Like the movement there was impeccable. And once again, the hindsight to realize that he needs to keep shooting even though he only killed someone. So what we're gonna see here is he peeks out to the right, takes a couple shots, realizes the opponent's gonna get baited and try to spray through the wall, and what spray control. Incredible way to win a round. And now to finish off the VOD analysis, I wanna pay attention to basically how he uses his spells, at least coming through HIKO here, and I wanna give you guys a major tip just before we start off the round. And what that is commit your spells. Just use them. I think a lot of players, when they're getting used to Valorant or, any game that has spells, whether or not it was Overwatch back in the day, or if you got into League of Legends or Dota, or any game that had abilities, a lot of people struggle to just use them. The more you use them, the better. And I know there's going to be the argument where, well, shouldn't you save your abilities for the perfect usage? Or shouldn't I be trying to maybe not use them certain rounds to save gold? While I do think this is a philosophy that is proper for when you get really advanced in Valorant, considering the game is new and a lot of us are not in that position, you should just be practicing using your spell in every single position possible. Use them, use them, use them. Get used to it and learn faster than everyone else. And you could tell that HIKO knows to use his spells a lot based on this round, and let's pay attention to it. I mean, after all, he is a breach main. So coming in here, once again, the jiggle on hookah, very important. Always reciprocate what you think what works. It's very important to just practice these things. So number one, he's gonna E the left side. It's always good to use your E ability early on breach and heroes like Sova because your E recharges in 35 seconds, so you might as well. Then second off here, he's gonna flash to the left of hookah so that his team can push in, already using 2 abilities in a very quick time, and then once again, flash his sight so that his team can come around and go for a kill. Unfortunately, Brax on Cypher isn't able to pick up anything off of that flash, but now they're gonna be able to push through, and he can potentially ulti somewhere, and we'll see if he does. In this case, he's gonna be playing the backside. You could tell they sort of have a strategy where generally HIKO on breach stays pretty far back. He's always the guy in the back, making sure you can clean up and trade if people get 50-50. And in this case, he's gonna move to the left and once again commits another ability, sees off this little area here to make sure he can get some extra damage and maybe a cheeky little kill to even out the side. Now he doesn't end up getting anything, and now I really like this double peek he has going with Sage here. It's 2v3, but the bomb is on the back side of here, so all he has to do is play it slow. You can hear diffuses from very far away, so there's no reason whenever you're on offense and you get an early plant to peek too early. Now they end up getting a pick, creating a 2v1, and AZK secures both of the kills. So unfortunately I couldn't show you him popping off once again, but that's where we're gonna end the video. I think there's a lot to take out of this VOD analysis of just small but very important things. How I look at HIKO is a very reliable player. He's not as flashy as Brax or some of the other people on his team, but he does what needs to be done. He's the support player, it's why he plays breach, and he gets out his abilities and backs up his teammates properly. So if you're looking to do that in Valorant, I recommend you try out breach. But yeah, this has been a ton of fun creating videos for you guys every single day or every other day, and if you've been enjoying them, please like and subscribe to help our channel grow. As we said, posting every other day. Hopefully you enjoyed this breach gameplay. If you want to see some other character or just some other map covered in the future, let me know. I'll be sure to cover it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.